Hello and welcome to my new chair because I could not be bothered moving it for my usual setup. I'm also just home from work, literally just walked in the door, and I thought if I don't film this video immediately, I ain't gonna be bothered to film it later. Here we are. I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me at school a few months ago. Hopefully, if you're ever in a similar situation, it'll give you an idea of maybe like an appropriate course of action. If you have any stories about bullying in your school that you were involved with that you're willing to share, please do comment it below because I'm very curious, and let me know how you deal with situations like that. Or if you think I'm wrong or have an opinion on how I dealt with it, please also comment or DM me or something, because I mean, this is just my personal opinion, and if you think I'm way off with what I should be doing, then please tell me that also. But basically, one of my students came to me. It's a very talkative student. They always try in class, they always volunteer, which is amazing because that's rare, but their level of English is definitely quite low. They just came to me after class, and they usually do, to talk to me about anime or something, and yeah, they struggled to tell me that they were being bullied, and it actually took me quite a while to realize what they were trying to tell me. What he was trying to say was that someone had been bullying him with words, like he wasn't being physically bullied or beat up or anything. But eventually I realized what he was talking about, and I was like, oh, okay. And in that initial moment, all I did was ask him, are you okay? And he said, so. And I really didn't know what to do in that moment, so I decided the best thing to do would be nothing in that specific moment. I didn't want to give bad advice or take a course of action which was inappropriate for me to take. I didn't have any teaching experience before coming here. I don't have any specific training with working with kids or how to deal with situations like that. He left after that, just walked off kind of sadly. And I was a bit concerned, so I spoke to my JTE about it. She was like, oh, I'll speak to him, and I told her don't do that, because they could have gone to any Japanese teacher and easily conveyed what happened, but clearly they felt comfortable talking to me because they went out of their way to try and explain in English what was happening. I had told her, my supervisor, like, I'm not sure what to do. Please give me advice, but also I don't think you should speak to the student directly yourself. So she basically told me to just keep an eye out on him, and if he comes back with more, to just encourage them to come forward to a JTE or another Japanese teacher. As long as it doesn't get too serious, then nothing has to be done. The next week, the next class, he came and spoke to me again, and I said, are you okay? And it was kind of like the same again, and that's exactly what I did. I said, do you think you should talk to a Japanese teacher who can do something or whatever, that kind of thing. And he said no, but also he said, it's okay, it's not too bad. And then after that, it didn't really come up again, and I seen him like with his friends and stuff, and yeah, it's been fine. And that's pretty much the story. Nothing extreme happened, but it really made me think about how I would act in those situations if a student came to me and with a more serious situation. And I think if a student comes to you specifically, the ALT, it's clearly because they feel comfortable around you, and I don't think you should betray that trust by immediately telling a JTE to, you know, deal with the bullies or talk to that student directly or whatever, because it might be that they just want someone to confide in, to confirm what they're feeling or something. So I wouldn't take any drastic steps other than try and encourage them themselves. Not be too pushy, just encourage them, like, look, if this is bad, you should tell a Japanese teacher if it keeps happening. Just basically check in with the student now and then, make sure they're okay, monitor the situation, and I guess it's just up to you personally if you think that whatever the situation is, if it crosses a line where it's like, this is serious, maybe the student is too shy or something to come forward to an actual teacher, then you could consider telling a teacher, right, something needs to be done here. So that's my advice for situations like that. It's the only situation like that I've had where people come to me. I know that last year there was bullying going on in one of my classes, and so we had to change the seating plan, but I was completely unaware of it until the JTE told me we're doing this for this reason, and that was all I heard about it. It wasn't really my responsibility to do anything there. Anyway, that's it for this week. Give it a like if you did enjoy watching it, and please subscribe if you haven't already as well. And I will see you next week.